What's up, crew? Welcome to a new video. My name is John Connie, aka Bigmansyndrome, and if you're not a part of the crew, this channel is all about fitness, family, and being creative. It's been a little while since I've uploaded, and that's sort of the topic of today's video. But before we jump into that, I wanted to talk about this warm-up. I grabbed the Onnit Club. It's a 10-pounder, and what I'm doing here is a quick alternating front squat, just redistributing the weight from left to right into a front squat. Really cool way to wake up the trunk and get some squats done. And then I moved into a rotation drill behind the back for the shoulders, and then added a side lunge with a little bit of a redistribution method as well. All I really wanted to do here was open up my body a little bit more rather than just jump on the bike. Obviously, in the first bit of time on the bike, I'm going to get a little more of a warm-up. But I wanted to wake up the shoulders, do a few squats, because it's been 2 weeks since I've really worked out. I had like one day last week and another day or two the week before. So I just needed to get myself moving and primed because I've been feeling pretty bad lately. And that's, again, the topic of today's video is this idea of a domino effect with demotivation. For whatever reason in my life, I have the ability to allow something in my life to domino the rest of the things in my life down. And it leads me to a point where I cannot function properly, and I start to just sort of attach myself to things that are easy or really not worthwhile in the long run. But anyways, I digress. Today's topic is that domino effect. So what do I really mean by that? Well, earlier this year, beginning of this year, because it's literally only middle of February, I made a video about my priority changes, and I tried to set it up to where I would focus more on those priorities and give them as much equal attention as possible. And for the most part, the base was family, fitness, business, and creative, which is sort of in the same boat. Where the domino effect comes in is if one of those parts is sort of blowing up in my life, the other two parts suffer, even if I have time to get those two parts done or have energy to go do those parts. Because in my mind, I'm sort of just deflated based on the one part. Full transparency, Madison has been really difficult in her 4th month, and that's to be expected. When babies get to that moment, their brains sort of start to turn on a little bit more. They start to pay attention to things. They start to connect with you. And she's doing this, she's just got really bad sleep patterns. And that is the one thing, the one priority in my life right now that is sort of derailing everything else. And it's not her fault. Obviously, she's 4 months old. Can't really expect much from her. But for me, it takes so much energy to deal with what she's sort of throwing at us, and that energy then cannot be used for anything else. So, where was I going to go with this? So for whatever reason, problems within one priority cannot coexist with success in the others. Family's being blown up. I'm not going to be successful in my fitness or my creative because I just don't have that energy. If my creative stuff is sort of blowing up in the sense that I am either burnt out or I put too much work on my plate, which I definitely did in the last several months, or I'm not seeing the return that I was hoping for, which is less demotivating than most things, then I start to suffer with family. I start to be sort of this lump in the living room that isn't really interesting to hang out with. And then lastly, if I'm not working out consistently, it doesn't have to be daily, it doesn't have to be intense CrossFit all the time, but if I don't, at least lift or get on the bike like I did here for 10 minutes, the other two things suffer as well because I start to feel heavy, I start to feel sluggish, I start to feel really slow throughout the day, which shows you the power of just training, simply training. It changes everything. But with all this happening, it's sort of brought me to a point where I just feel like crap. Mentally foggy. My diet isn't great. My home life is kind of wild. I've already explained Madison's been somewhat of a challenge and to be expected as a 4-month-old. And my health is like questionable. I have some nose issues. I don't know if you've noticed in some of the videos where it's just really, really beat up around the nostrils, and then in the back end, I'm not even going to explain what I deal with in the morning. But all of these things, like that's my life just throwing me so many curveballs, which then throws off everything else. So Madison aside, like if Madison was 100% right now, I'd still probably be pretty demotivated in the other two realms of my life, being creative and fitness, because of how I feel physically right now. And to be honest, I don't know if that's something that I can change via food. If I was to completely clean up my diet and go super strict paleo or something like that, if that would even have an impact on what I'm feeling right now. So what brought this topic up, other than the fact that I feel like crap, is on Thursday I go in for surgery. It's called surgery only because that's what they have to call medical procedures that are somewhat invasive, and it's to check my condition, ulcerative colitis. I don't really have symptoms right now, but it's been a while since I've seen the doctors, which is a whole nother story that I can dive into. I might actually do a series for that. Essentially, I am so tired of Stanford. But anyways, we're going to be doing a quick check to see what the medicine is doing for me, if anything, or if we can peel back on sort of the protocol that I'm on, which is a little excessive. And with that said, it's an opportunity for me to hit the reset button hard, because starting tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm going to be 100% liquid through 2 p.m. Thursday, and I want to really push myself to reset, like hit the reset button hard. I'm gonna do keto because I really do enjoy it. I think it's a very simple diet, and adding the healthy fats is just huge, and so many different documentaries on Netflix I can start to recommend, but I'll do a different episode for that as well. So keto, so normally what I would have done after a colonoscopy and fasting, because the prep for a colonoscopy really clears your system out. It clears it out so much that you don't have gut bacteria. So my goal is to tomorrow, while I'm prepping, because I won't have anything else I could do, I'm going to be noting or researching the things I need to do to rebuild my gut bacteria, my biome, microbiome, and really structure what I'm going to make it a month of eating is going to look like. I know what my breakfasts look like. I kind of know what my dinners are going to be. It's my lunches and snacks that I need to really figure out. And I'm going to document it as much as possible. I'm going to start tomorrow during the prep. I'm not going to show anything, too much TMI or anything like that. But I do want to take you along for the journey, and I might start pushing sort of towards the audience of those who might have this as well, ulcerative colitis or Crohn's or just IBD. I feel like I'm rambling, and I feel like I don't really want to cut much of this audio out. I kind of want it to sound podcasty, but anyways. So hard reset, gonna do this prep, which just involves a full flush out, essentially. They're gonna check, I'm gonna share the results, and then after that, I'm really hoping that I can get on this train to a better me. Like I said, my diet hasn't been great. I have a very poor relationship with food. I don't share my food much because I don't like that side of my life. I have a very addictive personality, and there's things that I just can't let go of for whatever reason. So, God, this is a rambly episode. If you've gotten this far in the video, leave me a comment, because you know what? I think I'm going to decide right now that I'm not going to edit out much. I'm just going to take out anything that just is super unnecessary. There's a huge gap of time where I was kind of thinking about what I was trying to say, but I feel like I need to do this more often and not edit it, because that is truly the reason why my creative juices are starting to get muddy, is because I have such extravagant wants in my content creation, and I end up doing too much to where the next day when I want to go edit something, I'm just like, I don't even want to touch this. I don't even want to deal with how much I put into this. when I feel super motivated and I feel like everything else is on point, I am down to do videos like I did with the opening of the Titan chair, where I had the helicopter show up, dropping a care package, shrinking myself to build it, all these different effects. I was so excited to do that. And that was about the time that, things started to go downhill, because I was just feeling a little bogged down. I had so many different commitments I was trying to make. So the idea behind this, see, my brain is just all over the place. I said, if you got this far, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up in the comment if you're on a mobile. If not, do type thumbs up, : that's my way of doing emojis when I don't have my mobile device. Okay, so wrapping it up, if you are somebody who deals with this as well, I'm calling it the demotivation domino, or the demo domino. Let me know by hitting that like button and share your thoughts in the comments down below. And like I said, I'm going to try to document this process a little bit and start to open this channel up to those who have ulcerative colitis, who need ideas on how to sort of battle it without feeling like the doctors are in control, and rather put you back in control of your life. Because I think doctors prescribe things just to prescribe things sometimes, and they may work, but it's more of a band-aid than it is a solution. So I don't know how or where this went. I don't know how to close this properly, so I'm just going to go ahead and say thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're new, join the crew. And if you're not new, tap and go that like button, leave a comment, share this video. Those are things that help grow the crew. And until the next one, I'll see you later, crew. If you found this video because you have ulcerative colitis, let me know what kind of topics you'd like me to cover. I have had ulcerative colitis for 4 years now, or at least known that it's ulcerative colitis based on the doctors. I've always suffered from IBD my entire life, but it sort of flared hard in 2014, I think. So maybe 4 years? Dang. 5 years? Going on 5 years. Holy hell. Might be true. Anyways, let me know what you'd like to hear from me. If you've recently been diagnosed, I can make videos about stuff like that. So anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.